Sentinels, they're finding space too.
Yeah, they are. Crashes has to be found out here, though, because he could cause a lot of trouble, and he's actually going to escape, too. So 2 versus 2 situation where, oh, FNS is out in the back of sight.
And they're pinched. Again, you've got to deal with Crashies. The spike goes down. FNS gets dropped. Oh, it's Dapper, excuse me, it gets dropped. Jazz? Crashies cleans things up. A nice start there for
I thought
OPTIC.
it was Envy what's
That
going
was
on.
beautifully played
Envy
from Crashies
basically...
as well. To fall back after that first initial kill.
It's a
and
rename.
to get the kill in the first
Not
place,
rebrand.
a lot of players would have just backed off in that situation.
Oh, yes,
but
yes.
He had the confidence to stay, and then he survived on top of it.
Good
So
move over
they come
here.
from 2 different positions. Really hard to clear out, especially when one player has to plant the spike. That was Dapper, stuck inside
There
of
we
Tube
go.
that entire time. Shazam left to cover both sides. It's a really, really tough situation to deal with.
So I saw you yesterday in the grocery store at work.
It's difficult
You
indeed, but I
definitely
think all things considered, a seemingly
probably did.
strong start for both teams. I think there were moments of brilliance on both sides, so certainly bodes well for
I
how
just
the
say
rest of
definitely
the series, or at least the map, will play out. The Dust mentioned Bind, a map that should be favoring Sentinels, but their defense, their attack half is less than stellar.
Optic
Why don't you
was
guys
very
move to the
comfortable here as
servers?
Well, obviously they didn't have the best showing against Rise. In
Trust
that
me when I
first
say
series,
this.
but
I've
I
already
think
talked
just
about
in general,
this.
that series was rough for them. So Bind is a map that's been good for them all throughout their career. I don't expect it to change, really.
I think the question, though, is are they expecting FNS here? Yeah, you see Sick peeking a little bit, but Tens is going to be the first to come through. You get to be headed.
That orb timing was fantastic to get him to K. There's the nade, and they're going to push with it as well. Victor coming through. Escapes with a satchel twice. Well done. And they are really making this anti-eco round very good right now. And they're falling off a hookah. That space that Sentinels has to spend to retake, but Victor's kind of trapped. He's get the orb to actually come through, so good on them. Use the utility to get him out of there.
Now, you guys want me to decrease the volume?
Been relatively clean round, as you were saying,
Sure,
for
thank you for the
OPTIC.
2
Up
months.
until this point, they still have 2 players at A to ensure there's no rotation or anything else going on. But the spike continuing to march at B.
30 seconds left.
3 players all crossfired up. 1 elbow, 1 cubby. 1 behind the tube as well, ready to actually
I know. I don't...
swing on either side. And yep, yeah, already takes the first contact. That's 2 headshots. Yeah, too easy for OPTIC, but they do lose 1. Finesse fell at the final second there, so still very clean. He's going to be able to get a rifle up as well in the bonus and should be very strong for them, especially going into this next one. Though, again, we have to state the differences between their economies. It's going to be a bonus versus a full buy from Sentinels. This is where Sentinels need to show up. So far, it's been a very heavy lean towards B in the first 2 rounds, and they really haven't gone back to what was working for them against Knights, which was full-on map control on both sides, very fast. But once again, they're coming in towards A. All 5 together, really. There's only 1 player. That's Zoms, and he's repositioning to actually watch that long area. They're going to try to take bathroom control.
And you saw the dart came out from Crashy's hit back fountain. Zoms cleared it out. Denial of information early on, but you see the fight ensue in showers, and 6 already dropped.
That's insane from Marv. He's been playing so well. They're going to walk up with the Gambit, smoke, and wall and try to get into lamps, but there's an alarm bot there from Ye, so they know what is happening right now, and they've got so much control.
Ooh, what is
it's
this
a line
crosshair?
formed across here on the A site.
Got 2 in showers.
Ooh.
You've got Marv, who's taking the scenic route around. He's not going to get pinched in. It's really everything is before him at this point. Sentinels have taken full control of U-Haul. But the thing is, they're pinched in. And that's the thing. It's not just Marv, because once Marv drops, FNS is going to revisit the same site. Are they expecting that? Okay, creeping forward, Spike ticking away. Bill's traded on, and there it is. We called it. FNS on the flank.
What?
Yeah, cleans things up at the end. Economy, boom, for Sentinels.
They're
As
switching
OPTIC
around too much. You
continue to
can't pay
march forward.
attention.
And that's the thing that I'm talking about, Doug. How
This
they
is so
literally
difficult.
just pushed their way up past the wall.
That was a
little
really
bit of
good
bathroom
retake,
control
though,
that failed, and they
of
continued
OPTIC.
to stick with their plan. This time it was a chamber alarm bot that really set it up for OPTIC to realize we can flank here. Marv can push down through bathroom all the way and start to flank after he got that first kill. And also just nobody following up with Sick here. There was no dart, just the nade. He thought that he could get through that smoke, and Marv's made the good play as well to recognize that this is a possibility. With the smoke there, stays in, gets the kill, and after that, there's so much control for OPTIC. They could do anything they want. Come from spawn, come from bathroom, come from short even.
Fabulous start for OPTIC on Sentinels map pick. But remember, the attack side for Sentinels is not really their strength. I think we'll see something very different in the second half. But for now, the question is how much of a buffer, how much of a lead can OPTIC build?
You actually saw a moment there. OPTIC realizes that gravity well is way too far forward. They can stick behind it and still get the timing here. It's going to happen again. Marved. A little greedy there, though, and finally, actually, somebody goes with him instead.
I respect a little greed, though. I'm okay with a little greed there.
A little bit. That's the type of thing that Marved is really, really good at, is getting in those positions and taking extra when he can. And Victor's here to follow up with it as well. Nice wall bang from Shazam. He can finish this off.
Nice shot.
Okay, 3 for 3.
Well played.
This round far from over. Tens has a Marshall, and the spike has gotten onto the site. The two of the 3 members of OPTIC are just now making it halfway across, so yay for him. This hold is big here. You just got to buy time, allow the rest of your teammates to show up, let the gun difference come into play. Shaz is also upgraded to a Vandal.
Drone coming in through with FNS. Almost takes down 1, but 10's still holding on the ankle.
Ooh, the cloud burst was so good, but FNS lands the shots anyway. That's gorgeous. But they have to get through the utility. It's all down to Zams. Zams was able to clean up 1. But that's all it's going to be. That, we have to remember, though, Baller, for Sentinels, that was pistols and a Marshall, if I'm not mistaken. That was very costly. Mind you, OPTIC has bankroll for days, but Sentinels didn't make that easy.
Yeah, but I'm worried, Doug. The way that they actually approached that was just send more bodies with Sick into bathroom, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't any extra. Obviously, it was a thrifty, so yes, you are right in that we have to take that into account. But if that's the way that they're going to be playing with the map control that they're getting, it's much different than what we were seeing against Knights. Maybe it was just because they had the skill differential in that game where they're able to aim do a little bit better. That's why they had the confidence on that map to do what they were doing. But right now, you see again, they're leaning over towards B, really only having 1 player on the extremity of the other side. Against Knights, it was 2 sides, both of them
look
being
at
taken
Tyson
at the same time. Both
taking
long B
advice
and
from everyone
bathroom.
and using the Phantom. We love that.
Bathroom seems to be off limits as the Viper's Pit was used at the very beginning of the round by FNS, the spike. Towards B, though, and while you may not have to dance with the Viper's Pit, at least initially, there's a lot of personnel from OPTIC at B.
Okay. Shazam just went back just to actually help Dapper come as they gave up the positioning, watching the flank. They're going to barrel their way through here with the drone up long.
Couple of
And
key
then they have a
ultimates,
couple
too.
of ults, exactly.
Nice.
But the openers, man, it just seems like the openers have gone the way of OPTIC every time. With Sick offline, how much are they willing to invest? Tens is also just 1 point away from having the Blade Storm, and here we go. There's the first one coming through, the Hunter's Fury. Try to clear out elbow, and it's going to be countered. Crashies has a little bit of his own as a showstopper. Ults aplenty as chaos just ensues on the side, and Crashies manages to keep Sentinels back just a bit longer, but Tens, through all of the chaos, gets a spike down.
I wonder, are they gonna...
Victor's very low HP as well. He has to fall all the way back off of the elbow, but they're not going to take that position. So Tens is still isolated by himself. Shazam has to help.
No way. Oh, he's gotten this far, but that's all it is. It's a 1v1. Crashies again. Sentinels had a chance, but collides with OPTIC's line as they get to 5.
They're really not accounting for the other side of OPTIC. That time, I mean, we made the mistake as well.